Hello, Hooray welcomes you to Pearson Test of English, also known as PTE. Now we are going to have a look at the speaking basic overview. The total time for the speaking test is 30 to 35 minutes. In the beginning, we'll have a personal introduction, which is for about 30 seconds to 1 minute long, and this is not scored. You need to speak about your interests, your future study plans, your plans to work abroad, and the reasons why you chose to go to Australia or New Zealand. You also need to give your name and profession or what you have studied until this time. First question is read aloud. Here's the description of the read aloud question. You will have 6 to 7 items. The test length is up to 60 words. You will have 35 to 40 seconds to prepare reading this text and rehearsing, and then you have to read the item aloud in 35 to 40 seconds. Let's take a look at the criteria for read aloud. Enabling skills are content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. The communication skills are two. They are reading and speaking. There is partial credit and integration of marks. The marks allotted are 5 for content, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for oral fluency. So it's a total of 15 marks for this question. Here are some strategies. Read simple and complex sentences. Read carefully and use correct pronunciation. Rehearse the paragraph. Focus on the key words while practicing. Pause for about half a second after a comma and 1 second after a full stop. Familiarize yourself with difficult words while practicing. Break the sentences into chunks or groups. Understand the meaning of the sentence, and contradictory words should be read with a higher pitch. For example, words like however, though, even though, although, but, etc. Concentrate on pronunciation. Use a good voice modulation. Let there be a rise and fall in your tone. Use good intonation, which includes word stress, syllable stress, and you should avoid mother tongue influence, also known as MTI. Do not pause for more than 3 seconds in the speaking test because the audio will get shut off automatically and the recording will not take place after this. Here are some tips and techniques. Practice reading words with the phonetic sounds. In case of difficult words, lower down your pace. In case of easier words, you pick up the pace. Skip the difficult words tactfully and focus on fluency. Practice reading newspapers with the audio recorder. Stress on content words. Do not stress on structure words. Practice reading newspapers and journals. Do not speak artificially. Neither should you imitate any accent. Speak naturally and finish the text within 40 seconds. Try not to skip any words. The next question type is repeat sentence. Test format is you will get 10 to 12 sentences which you have to listen to and repeat them one after the other. The prompt time is 3 to 6 seconds. The time to answer is within 15 seconds. Once the audio finishes, the recording starts. You will not get an indicator of a beep sound, so please be aware, and as soon as the sentence is completed, you need to start recording your voice before the end of the 3rd second. Here are some criteria. Enabling skills are content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. The communication skills are listening and speaking because you have to listen to the sentence and then repeat it. The scoring has partial credit, which has integrated scoring, and the marks allotted are 5 marks for content, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for oral fluency. So that's a total of 15 marks. Here are some useful strategies that could help you. You focus on the meaning of the sentence, listen carefully, and speak clearly. When the audio finishes, begin recording. There is no beep sound. You have to group words together so that you remember the meaning and repeat correctly. Understand the meaning of the sentence and repeat exactly with the same word order. If you change the order of the words, you will be penalized. Comprehend variations in tone, speed, and accent. You focus on the keywords. Infer the meaning of unfamiliar words. Understand academic vocabulary here. Speak at a natural rate with fluent speech, correct pronunciation, and stress. Speak under timed conditions. Focus on grammatical structure and do not imitate any accent. Speak with your natural accent. Take a deep breath before you begin speaking. Here are some techniques. Practice phonetics, expand your vocabulary, record your voice while practicing, and practice memory techniques. There are different ways you can remember words and sentences. You can see what works best for you and use those particular techniques. Focus on the vowel sounds to identify the words and try to pronounce the words exactly how you hear them. Do not change the word order. You can break sentences into groups or chunks. Focus on fluency and stress on the content words. Third question type is describe image. Here is the test format. You'll have graph, test map, chart, picture, table, life cycle, or a demographic graph, etc. The preparation time is 25 seconds and time to speak is within 40 seconds. You will have 6 to 7 items. You can use the noteboard erasable booklet and pen to take down notes. You can use the 5 to 6 sentence strategy and format to give your description. Here are the criteria. Enabling skills are content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. The communication skill is only speaking. The scoring is non-integrated. The marks allotted are 5 marks for content, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for oral fluency. So that's a total of 15 marks. Here are some strategies. Observation, using proper sentences and pronunciation. Identify the main features. Identify striking features. Describe the type of image depicted. Take notes. Use the 6-sentence method. Speak in 5 to 6 sentences. Conclude with an implication. Fillers are considered here. Speak clearly and use appropriate vocabulary and graphical jargon. You can correct yourself in case you make an error. Here are some tips and techniques. Use the 6-sentence format. In the first sentence, you state the type of graph and what it depicts. In the second sentence, you quote the highest and the lowest values. And in the third, fourth, and fifth sentences, you compare and contrast the in-between values. In the concluding sentence, which is the 6th sentence, you should start with the word overall and state one striking feature of the graph. Focus on the main points of the image, and in case you're running out of time, give a concluding statement and make sure you complete before the end of 40 seconds. When the timer shows 30 seconds, you start concluding the topic. In case you are unable to comprehend the image, just read out the specifications. Appropriate vocabulary should be used and you cover all the key elements. Use simple sentences to give clear meaning and display confidence during delivery. Do not finish the description abruptly. Make sure you complete your answer. Graphical jargon is very important. Use words which describe images, graphs. Pie charts show proportions and learn the art of breathing. No sighing, no huffing nor puffing in the microphone. Speak clearly and moderately. Pronunciation and fluency are important. Here is the next question, is read the lecture. This is the test format. You will have 3 to 4 items in this question type and the lecture will be up to 90 seconds long. The preparation time is 10 seconds after you listening to the lecture and you have 40 seconds to speak and retell the lecture in your own words. This lecture will cover various topics. There will also be diagram prompts which will give you the context of what the subject is about. Let's take a look at the criteria. Enabling skills, content, pronunciation and oral fluency. The communication skills are listening and speaking. The scoring is integrated. The marks allotted are 5 for content, 5 for pronunciation and 5 for oral fluency. So that is 15 marks in total. Here are some strategies. Be ready, take notes and summarize. Listen for the speaker's attitude, opinion or stance, the tone of delivery and voice. Look at the image. Utilize 10 seconds time to formulate your ideas after you're listening to the lecture. Look at your notes and plan what you're going to say. Speak as soon as you hear the beep and make sure you do not pause for more than 3 seconds. Make notes with bullet points, arrows, symbols, etc. Do not write long sentences while you take notes so that you can save time. Identify names, numbers, dates, times, words and phrases which are relevant. Do not use any artificial accent and do not imitate any accent or any tone of voice, but you can imitate the pronunciation and the content. Use pause fillers such as let me see if you need to pause. Ignore articles and vowels if necessary. On approaching 35 seconds, you conclude the lecture. Speak clearly and focus on the main points. Do not digress or go off topic. Use conjunctions, linking words, and articles to form your sentences in correct grammatical structures. Here are some common problems. Understanding accents, confusion in understanding the image, inability to follow the audio, disorganized ideas, fear of not finishing on time, problem in describing content, shifting focus from audio to the image, lack of vocabulary, and too much of information. Here are some tips and techniques for retail lecture. Use apt vocabulary. The topic sentence is compulsory. So state what the topic is about in the beginning of your lecture. Write notes quickly. That is a skill by itself. Ignore articles while taking notes so that you can be quick. Omit the vowels from words to increase writing speed. Keywords including names, numbers, dates, times, words and phrases should be noted. Use graphical jargon and also use jargon like the professor endorses, the lecturer or speaker talks about, the speaker mentions. Do not write down every word you hear. You can lose marks for abrupt endings. In case you can't remember the lecture, use the image as a reference. If you lose your train of thought, do not remain silent. Do not pause for more than 3 seconds because the recording gets shut off automatically. Frame sentences using articles, prepositions, and connectors. You can utilize the image as a backup strategy. Last question in the speaking module is answer short question. Best format is that you will get 10 to 12 questions which you have to give the answers one after the other. You will have the questions which will be for between 3 to 9 seconds long, and you have to give your answers within 10 seconds. General questions will be asked. You have to answer in one word or a phrase. Questions can be based on any topic. You provide the best possible answer. Typically, answers are just one word. Let's look at the criteria. Enabling skills is content. Communication skills are listening and speaking. Scoring is scored and unscored. And you get 1 mark for every correct answer, 0 for incorrect answers. Here are some strategies. You will be asked a question. The answer should be in one word or a phrase of 2 to 3 words. The answers must be to the point and not too long. Articles are not counted. You can say sorry if you make a mistake, that is accepted. Speak before the third progress bar. Do not pause for more than 3 seconds. If you give 2 answers, only the first answer will be considered. With this, we come to the end of the overview of the speaking module in the Pearson test of English. I hope this has been a useful lesson for you. Wish you all the best and keep practicing. Thank you.